The Raiders have officially made a bold move, hiring Chip Kelly as their offensive coordinator. This decision has me genuinely excited. Chip Kelly, in my opinion, is a fantastic coach. According to Adam Schefter, the former Eagles head coach is now returning to the NFL to help the Raiders shape their offense. Pete Thamel also confirmed this news, and honestly, I love this move. We've discussed this before. When you have a head coach focused on defense, like Antonio Pierce, it's crucial to pair them with a strong offensive coordinator. Last year, with Luke Getsy, the Raiders struggled offensively, and it held the team back. Truthfully, if the Raiders had hired someone like Cliff Kingsbury back then, things might have been very different. Kingsbury's offensive schemes could have led to 7 to 10 wins, possibly saving Pierce's job as head coach. His offensive creativity, combined with better injury management, could have taken the team much further. Interestingly, Chip Kelly was someone the Raiders were eyeing even last year. Rumors swirled about the team wanting him more than Luke Getsy, but Kelly reportedly turned them down. That decision left the Raiders stuck with Getsy, and we all know how that turned out. But now, with Kelly finally on board, there's a renewed sense of hope for the team's future. Chip Kelly's success with the Raiders' offense will be crucial, but Pete Carroll's leadership is just as important for the team this year. It's worth noting that after Kelly turned down the Raiders' job previously, he returned to college and helped Ohio State win the national championship. That just proves what a skilled coach he is. Bringing him in now is a fantastic move, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Kelly has a big task ahead. He needs to identify the right quarterback, build an effective offensive strategy, and ensure the offensive line knows how to execute plays perfectly. From inside zone to outside zone runs, each player needs to understand their responsibilities. For example, if a guard faces a 3-technique defender, he needs to block up to the linebacker, while the tackle handles the defensive lineman. Every detail has to be spot on. Last year, Luke Getsy's offense struggled because of poor spacing and blocking schemes. Players seemed confused and things just didn't click. We saw fullbacks taking on defenders they weren't suited to block, and mismatches all over the place. That's why having Chip Kelly is such a game changer. His experience and attention to detail can transform the Raiders' offense into a well-oiled machine. Now Chip Kelly has the chance to bring his signature style of football back to the NFL. It'll be fascinating to see what his offense looks like this time around. If you remember, Kelly had a previous run in the league from 2013 to 2015 with the Philadelphia Eagles. And let me tell you, his offense was impressive. In his first 2 years, the Eagles ranked 4th and 3rd in scoring, making them one of the top 5 offenses in the league. Even in his 3rd year, they still ranked 13th, which isn't bad at all. Things took a turn when he moved to the San Francisco 49ers. The offense struggled, ranking 27th in points during his only season there. It just didn't click, and the 49ers wasted no time moving on. They quickly hired Kyle Shanahan for the 2017 season, which proved to be a smart move. After that, Kelly returned to college football, taking over at UCLA. While his time there hasn't been spectacular, he's still managed to turn the program around and achieve some success, especially in recent seasons. Now, with his return to the NFL, there's a lot of curiosity about how he'll shape the Raiders' offense. One thing's for sure. He's got the experience and creativity to make things exciting. Last year, Chip Kelly helped Ohio State win the national championship. Now he's joining the Las Vegas Raiders, and it'll be interesting to see how he shapes their offense moving forward. One thing people sometimes overlook is that having a great offensive coordinator isn't enough. You also need strong coaches for specific positions, especially the offensive line. A great offensive line coach can make a huge difference. Just look at Jeff Stoutland. He's arguably the best in the NFL. Bill Callahan and Bo Biedenbaugh from Oklahoma are also top-notch. Hiring the right position coaches is just as crucial as having a good coordinator. Take Rob Leonard, for example. Before he joined the Raiders, the defensive line wasn't great. But in 2022, with him leading, they ranked in the top 10 for sacks and pressures. His coaching continued to make a positive impact even in 2024. Unfortunately, Under Luke Getsy, the Raiders struggled to get top-tier offensive line coaches. They had to go with a rookie coach, James Craig. While the line wasn't terrible, it wasn't great either. If Craig stays, he might improve with more experience. But I have a feeling Chip Kelly will want to bring in his own staff to build a stronger foundation for the offense. It'll be interesting to see how things unfold for the Raiders moving forward, especially when it comes to the quarterback situation. That's going to be a huge decision. Some might wonder if Chip Kelly can work with guys already on the roster, like Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell. Maybe one of them fits his offensive system. Then there's the NFL draft. Ohio State has a strong quarterback prospect this year, currently projected as a second or third round pick. But things can change fast as the draft process ramps up. Remember how last year started? Caleb Williams was considered a first-round lock, but opinions on others, like Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr., weren't as favorable. However, by the time the draft came around, teams started valuing them much higher. The same might happen this year. Will Howard is a name getting buzz. Some think he could go in the top 10, maybe even to the Raiders. If Chip Kelly believes Howard is the best quarterback in this class, it might be worth considering. A strong quarterback is crucial for Kelly's dynamic offense to thrive. If Chip Kelly believes he can bring out the best in Will Howard, it doesn't necessarily have to be with the 6th overall pick. Maybe the Raiders could snag him in the 2nd round. And if it's not Howard, perhaps it's another quarterback who catches Kelly's eye. What's exciting about Kelly is his ability to mold quarterbacks to fit his system. That flexibility could be a game changer for the Raiders. Another advantage? Chip Kelly likely won't be a one-and-done coach who jumps at the first head coaching offer. He seems more like someone who will stay for 2 or 3 years. That's critical for a defensive-minded head coach like Antonio Pierce. Stability at offensive coordinator is key. Looking ahead, Kelly's experience with Ohio State players could also shape the Raiders' draft strategy. They need help at tackle, wide receiver, and running back, positions where Ohio State has top prospects. In fact, some argue they have the best tackle coming out this year. The Raiders could really benefit from Kelly's insights when building the roster for the future. Ohio State boasts some serious talent this year, starting with offensive tackle Josh Simmons, a potential 6th overall pick. Chip Kelly knows this player inside and out, having observed his intelligence, work ethic, and decision-making firsthand. But it doesn't stop there. Wide receiver Emeka Egbuka and interior lineman Donovan Jackson are top prospects too. Add quarterback Will Howard and running backs Quinshon Judkins and Treveon Henderson to the mix, and it's clear Ohio State offers plenty of draft value. The Raiders might end up drafting multiple players from Kelly's former territory. They'll also need to carefully consider positional coaching hires, which could be just as crucial as player selections. Pairing Kelly's offense with Patrick Graham's defense, under Pete Carroll's leadership as a guiding CEO-type figure, could be a winning combination. Believe it or not, the Raiders have a realistic shot at making the playoffs, and maybe even winning a game. Great offensive minds know how to mold quarterbacks. Just look at the success stories of Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, and Brock Purdy, who thrived in well-designed systems. The future looks intriguing for the Raiders, and I'm excited to see how it all unfolds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.